All right, come. All right, Shalom Israel, Shalom Yasha'Allah. Brother Atazwan, goodbye, y'all. Coming back into its precepts. And yet, another cold cut from the cross, all in glory to Yahweh. Bashim Mashak, Wam like Yahushai. Giving the mighty Kabak Kabanya, Plaza Kwayim, Bayat the Wad. Right, double honor to the elders of the house of David. That's been laboring and doing in his truth. Prayerfully waiting for the second of our Lord, Mashak, Wam like Yahushai. Right, and doing 20, 25, 30, 40 plus years in his truth, giving sound wisdom, counsel, waking up the lost sheep of the house of Israel, being strong, mighty foundations and pillars in the nation as well. Okay, and also, right, giving a mighty example of mighty works and endurance in his truth. Right, to all the elders, bid you a strong shalom. Right, as well as giving, a beautiful, mighty, strong shalom. Right, why Yahweh Shem Yahshua thumb to all the mighty Akim on highways and byways, laboring in his truth, patiently waiting for the second of the Lord. How much I'm like Yahushua, going out to highways, to byways, and hedges, making that body a living sacrifice. Right, waking up the lost sheep of the house of Israel, giving sound counsel, giving sound judgment, teaching, right, counseling, and doing all the mighty works of a prophet, evangelist, and apostle in these last days. And to all the mighty men, the young men, right, young and old, waking up to the truth in these last days, building yourself up, right, through reading, through fasting, right, through counsel, okay, building yourself up to go out on that highways and byways, build you strong, shalom as well, right, as well as giving a hearty shalom, right, while y'all about Shem Yahshua Shem thumb, to all the Akwaf in his truth, right, married, unmarried, right, honoring the husbands, right, raising up the children decently and in order, right, cooking, cleaning, sewing, submissive, and doing all the mighty works of a mighty Proverbs 31 woman and a mighty Sirach, the 26th chapter woman, right, and to all of, right, the mighty Banyam, the mighty children, right, bid you a strong, hearty shalom, wa Yahweh Shem Yahshua, Barak washing my thumb to all the mighty children, the mighty Banyam, and Israel, honoring our mother and our father, keeping these laws, statutes, commandments, and being a light and a strong foundation and pillar in his truth, right, to all the Mashapak, to all the family, all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High. I want to say shalom, right, so, right, right through the Spirit, man, right, we're going to touch on, right, remembering the Most High when we are falling, man, right, because a lot of times, brothers, sisters, you may feel overwhelmed, right, you may feel like your back is up against the wall, right, or things may be too much, right, and a lot of times dealing with stress, right, dealing with anxiety, dealing with depression, right, dealing with all matters of spirits and demons and things that may be plaguing your mind, that may be plaguing your health, right. One thing chiefly we cannot forget to do, right, so always, right, remember our power source, man, right, to remember our Creator, right, in the days of our youth. All right, Slack. Let me kick it off real fast. All right, with a quick precept right through the Spirit. All right, real fast. Okay, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 17, and verse number 7. At that day shall a man look to his Maker, and his eyes shall have respect to the Holy One of Israel, man. Right, so especially now in the days that we're living in, man, more than ever should be lifting up the eyes unto the heavens, man. Right, praying that the Most High God deliver us out of this captivity, man. Okay, that the Most High He's able to preserve you. That the Most High He increases your faith, right? That He increases your sincerity, and that He cleanses you and purify you in these last days, man. Right, that way in these days to come, right, as Jacob trouble draws nigh, right, as FEMA camps, man, right, martial law, these things which are looming and imminent and are around the corner are heaping up more and more in these last days, man. Right, that you make sure that you have enough faith, man, built up, right, that you don't wither away, that you don't falter, right, because certain men, right, they may trust in the so-called bow and arrow, man. Right, certain men, they may become afraid, and they may forget the Lord altogether, man. Right, so how much more building up, right, that faith in these last days, man? How much more, right, in the times that we're living in now, right? Praying that the Most High is able to boost your faith and to boost your confidence and to boost your strength within Him, man. Right? To lean on Him and through the Spirit, man, and not to lean on the carnalities of the flesh. Okay? Right, so let's go to the book of Revelation, the second chapter. All right. Let's start with the book of Revelation, chapter 2, and verse number 5. It reads, "Remember therefore from whence thou art fallen, and repent, and do the first works, or else I will come unto thee quickly, and will remove thy candlestick out of its place, except thou repent." Right? And even you now putting your trust in the Most High, right? You trusting and making your emotions your God, man. Right? You're making your flesh your God, man. Hey, all of these things are forms of idolatry as well, man. Right? So it's manifold, man. Right? When the Lord said, "Remember therefore from whence thou art fallen," man. Right? Whether it's dealing with damn pork, right? Whether it's dealing with shrimp, crab, or some abomination, or whether there's a stronghold that's keeping you from keeping the commandments, right? Whether you're dealing with porn or lust, or right, you're dealing with, you want to covet or rob or be a thief, man, right? Or even if you're dealing with damn spiritual idolatry, man, fornication. Hey, remember therefore, right, from whence thou art fallen, man, right, and especially how much more, right, being right in a lower state and giving yourself over to demons, man, giving yourself over to the spiritual demon Satan, man. Okay, it reads, "And repent and do the first works, or else I will come unto thee quickly and will remove that candlestick out of its place." Right, and we know that the candlestick is talking about the spirit that the Lord has given you, man. Right, whether the Lord removes the Holy Spirit from you, man. Right, that way you can't recall the precepts, right, or you lose the zeal and passion to be in the truth anymore, man. Right, whether you go back and into the world, man, right, and become a so-called analyst now, right? You want to be this so-called top content creator, streamer, man, right? And do all things of madness, man, right? Or rather, the Lord, right, physically kills you, man, right? And calls your spirit back up to the third heaven, man, right? Don't let yourself be so consumed and weighed down, right? As the Lord said in second Ezra, right? Don't be so consumed and weighed down, right, that you let all your sins, man, and things of wickedness abound, man. Right? Because when you're out the spirit, man, you're liable to not read. You're liable to not study anymore, man. Right? You're liable to not do the things, right, which you once did, or which that you are to do. Okay. And now you're given over into idleness, into folly, okay, unto all things of uncleanness, man, and to all things now you're working contrary unto the Most High, man, right? Which is why it's important, man, to remember, right, at the time that you are falling, man, and to continue to do the first works, man, right? That same zeal, that same passion, that same desire that you had, right, when you first came into this truth. Make sure that you are checking yourself, man, and make sure that you're checking your spirit, right, to make sure that you're moving in that same zeal, that same passion, that same burning, man, right, making sure that your light or flame isn't flickering or going out, and making sure that you have enough oil to preserve you as well. All right, let's go to the book of Sirach real fast. All right, Shalaki. That's the book of Sirach, chapter 2, right? And this whole chapter is fire, right? Actually, I'm gonna just start at verse number 1. It reads, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Okay, right. So the Most High, he commands you to set your heart right, right. Meaning to get your mind right. Understand, right, and to constantly endure, man. Right, meaning that there's gonna be constant times, man. Right, when you may have times of trouble, man. Right, where it may seem like things may be you know uh adverse unto you, man. Right. This isn't the Christian church, man, where every day is just supposed to be hunky dory, man. Right, where every day is just supposed to be a great day with sunshines and rainbows, man. Okay, the same thing, right? As in, as in life, man. Right? Hey, there's truth. It can be a roller coaster, man. You're gonna have ups and downs, man. Okay, but it's also right how you handle these things, man. Right, because the Lord said, constantly endure and make not haste in time of trouble, man. Right, so when you feel like your back is against the wall, man, or when you feel as though you know you may feel like well, since you came into right the truth and was not and understanding the Most High, right, things are harder, okay, or things are tough and whatnot, right, that now you want to just throw in the towel, right, as they say, right, in the world, right, when it gets too hot in the kitchen, man, amen, they want to get out, right, so you can't make haste in a time of trouble, man. Right, which men they make haste to cleave to a so-called bottle, right, to cleave to that blunt, to cleave to the so-called needle, man, to cleave to that old woman, man, to cleave to that old man that you may have put away, man, right, to going back and doing things that quote unquote profit you in the world, man. All right, so reading on, it reads, make not haste in time of trouble, cleave unto him and depart not away, that you mayest be increased at thy last end, man. Right, so cleave unto the Most High, man. Right, that at your latter end you may be exalted, man. Okay, hey, as the Lord said in the book of Zephaniah, right, the third chapter, 19 verse on down, paraphrasing greatly, man. The Lord said that He will get thee fame, man. Right, so that there's no so-called fame or no so-called acknowledgement of this world that can profit you, man. Right, because all these men, right, all the so-called who was the so-called top man of the 20s, right, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, man. Right, all these men have been forgotten, man. Right, but the Lord has given men glory that has their name that, as they say, quote unquote, has been ringing bells, man, for generations, right, for 1,000 years, right? Abraham, right? Moses, right? Jacob, right? Our forefathers, right? Isaiah, Ezekiel, right? Haggai, right? Zechariah, man, right? Obadiah, Daniel, man. Okay, Joshua, right? The Lord has exalted these men, man, right, and has given them right righteous fame, man, right? Has given them a good name, a good standard, right? And a name without spot that shall last forever, man. Okay? It reads, cleave unto him and depart not away. Right? Because you can't pick and choose when you want to serve the Most High, man. Right? Hey, the Lord said, especially when you're going through trials, man, and tribulation, man. Hey, that's the time, hey, even more now than ever, man, to cleave unto him, man, and to not depart, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate, man. Right, so whatever, like it's like whatever that may come unto you, man. Right, we must remember to take the things cheerfully, man. Right, understand that the Most High, that He wants you to become stronger, man. Right, men, they don't get the so-called top bodybuilders, right? The so-called top men that compete in these Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? The world strongest man competitions, man. Hey, these men, they don't get so-called muscles, man, or get stronger by just lifting 5-pound dumbbells every day, man. Right? They may start out with 20s, man. Right? Then you may go up to 25s, right? Then 30s, man. Okay. Next thing you know, you're curling 50s, man, and 60s, right? Now, and then eventually with time, man, right? Now you up to 90s, man, and hundreds, right? Plus, okay. How much more going through, right, the trials and tribulation of the Most High, man? Are you going to be as that man that whenever things get tough, right, whenever things seem like, or every form or matter that there's adversity around you, right, that you flee away, right? Or are you going to continue to push, continue to endure, okay, and continue to trust in the Most High and let Him strengthen you, man, and build you up, right? Let's go to the book, Sirach, chapter 20. All right, Sirach, chapter 20. And I'm going to start at verse number 11. It reads, there is an abasement of glory. There is an abasement because of glory. And there is that lifted up his head from a low estate, man. All right, and what this is talking about, it is a just balance, man. Right? I'm gonna read that again. It reads, there is an abasement because of glory, man. Right? Meaning what? Right? That man can't just receive, right, all matters of just the finest gold, man, the finest riches, man, the finest things. Right? Because those things, they will corrupt, man, and overthrow. Right? Actually, let me get that real fast. In the book of Proverbs, all right, it's like Proverbs, the 30th chapter. Proverbs chapter 30 and verse number 7. It reads, 2 things have I required of thee. Deny me them not before I die. Right? Remove far from thee vanity and lies. Right? So right through the wisdom, right, and through right, and through the counsel, man, right, the Lord said, right, to remove from me a vanity and lies, man. Okay, right, because if you're just giving over to vanity, man, right, then access to TV, right, who's the so-called America's Next Top Model, or the so-called carnal things and madness over this world, man, right? Your mind will be given over to idleness, right? Jollity, man, right? Folly, okay, right? And also lies, man, right? Things that would deter you away, right, from the knowledge of truth. It reads, give me neither poverty nor riches, feed me with food convenient for me, lest I be full and deny thee and say, who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my God, and take the name of my God in vain, man. Right? So asking the Most High, man, right, that you be content, man. Right? Because if you have too much riches, man, right, you start to get high-minded, man. Right? You will start to deny the Most High, man. Okay? You start to move in the spirit, man. Right? As in your so-called stuff doesn't stink, man. Right? And if you're brought down, right, to a poor man, right, a man that doesn't have nothing, man, right, that you're trying to shake and make things move, man, right? Your mind is going to move in a way, man, that you got to get it how you live, man, right? Rather you got to be grimy, man, right? A so-called slimy dude, man, right? A man that may be backdoor, right? A murderer, okay? Right, so through the counsel and wisdom, man, right, it said what? It reads, feed me with food. It's like it feed me with food, convenient for me, man. right? So the Lord, he gives you that just balance, man, right? Right, that you have not too much glory, right? That you may be, that you may be having, as they say, a level mind, right? Or even headed, man. Understanding that the Most High, that he's the one that's in control of all things, man, and that the Most High, that he's the one that ruleth in the kingdom of men, as it said in the book of Daniel, the 4th chapter. Right, so I'm going to go back to that. Sirach chapter 20, verse number 11. There is an abasement because of glory, and there is that lifted up his head from a lower state, man. Right? Meaning what, man? That the Lord, if you truly trust in him, man, right, and believe in him, and the Lord, he's not just gonna have you constantly just at a lower state, right? Just kind of keep smushing you, man, right? Until you powder and dust, man, right? Unless you're a wicked, evil man, right? Because the Lord also says that in the book of Sirach, the 25th chapter, right, and the first verse, right, that the Lord also hates a poor man that's proud, okay, right, but that man that's truly humble, that's truly sincere, man, right, the Lord, hey, he's gonna lift that man from out of the dust, right. Let's get that in the book of Judith, real fast. Okay, it's the book of Judith, chapter 6 and verse number 17. And he answered and declared unto them the words of the council of Holofernes, and all the words that he had spoken in the midst of the princes of Assur, and whatsoever Holofernes had spoken proudly against the house of Israel. Then the people fell down and worshipped the Most High, and cried unto the Most High, saying, O Lord God of heaven, behold their pride, and pity on the low estate of our nation, and look upon the face of those that are sanctified unto thee this day, man. Right, God. Right, so the Most High, he's looking upon the man that's at a low estate, man. Right, the Most High, he's looking upon you, right, in your conditions, right, of sorrow, right, of anguish, right, of heartbreak, man, right, of struggling, man. Okay, and for those that's truly, right, a believing, man, right, those that truly, right, don't turn back, man. Okay, that don't flee and give their power and strength, right, unto the heathen, man, or making flesh their arm, right, as the Lord said in Isaiah the 2nd chapter, man, right, 21 on down. Okay, right, if you're a man of integrity, right, that's lifting up your eyes unto your maker, right, trusting and believing, man, right, best believe and be sure that the Most High, he's also, right, looking upon you, man, right, the same way how the Most High had his eyes and had consideration unto his servant Job, right, and lifted him up in this latter in Job the 40th chapter. All right, let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra, real fast. All right, 2nd Ezra, chapter 12. I'm gonna start at verse number 46. It reads, "Be of good comfort, O Israel, and be not heavy, thou house of Jacob." Right? All right, so the Most High, he also wants you to be of good comfort, man. Right? And to not be heavy, man. Right? See, once man understands that all things are of the Lord, man. Right? Whether you wanted to get that so-called AMG, man. Right? Whether you wanted to hit that so-called lotto, right? Whether you wanted to hit the Powerball, the Mega Ball, man, right? Hey, maybe the Lord, he doesn't want you to have these things, man, right? Because he knows that it will corrupt you. Or maybe the Lord, maybe you didn't get the so-called position you wanted, man, right? Maybe you didn't get the so-called you didn't get approved for the loan on the house or the car, etc., man, right? Or maybe the Most High, he doesn't want you, he may want you to have it, to have these things, man, right? But not now, right? Maybe the Lord, he's preparing you in due season, so when you do get these things, right, you understand that the Lord, that he is the one that provided it for you, man. You understand that the Most High, right, has put you in the position that once you may get certain things, right, you may be able to appreciate them more, right, to have more a value for them, man. Or you may have a better mindset into knowing how to take care of certain things, right, when you do get them, man, right? Or even, right, to put you in a position, right, that when you may overcome, you may teach and bring up others, right, under you, right, how to overcome these things, man. All right, reading on, verse number 47. It reads, "For the highest hath you in remembrance, and the mighty have not forgotten you in temptation," man. Right, so whenever you may feel like you may be tempted, man. Right, whenever you may feel like, right, man, like, maybe I should go back to doing this, man. Right, no, right, that the Most High, he's remember you, man, through all of your temptations, man. Right, through all the times, right, where you may have been tempted to go off, and you resisted thereof, man. Okay, all the times, right, that you may have felt like, you know what, I can easily go back to doing this, right? Because in a sense, humans are, as they say, creatures of comfort, man. All right, people do things that's more comfortable unto them, right? Easier to you, man. Right, that makes you feel good, or that makes you feel at ease, right, of peace. Okay, right, but that man that resisted that so-called easy road, man, that easy path, man. Okay, and put all their faith in the basket, man, and trust that the Lord will deliver him, man. And when the Lord does deliver him as well, okay, right, that man also, man, right, understands that it was his maker who did all things, man. Okay, and it was his maker, right, that was the one that truly, man, right, it is in control, man. That truly is the one that builds you up. It's truly the one that strengthens you in the last days, man. Okay, and understanding that man that has an integrity, man, right, that he's just not going to turn his back on the Lord, man, when times get hard, man. All right, reading on. It reads, verse number 48. It reads, "As for me, I have not forsaken you, neither am I departed from you, but am come into this place to pray for the desolation of Zion, and that I may seek mercy for the low estate," right, for the low estate of your sanctuary, man. Right, because we're also the sanctuary on a spiritual level, man. Right, when you read the book of Revelation, the 11th chapter, right, 1 down, right, I'm getting into the altar and the courts thereof, man, right, or the inner court, right, more specifically, which was the elect, okay, right, we would be the sanctuary as well, man. Okay, right, for all of those, right, that are brought down low, right, again, whether you may be facing anything, man, right, whether you may feel like your faith is shaken or withering, man. Okay, all those men that it said, what, "I have not forsaken you, neither am I departed from you," man. Right, so we can't forsake the Most High, man. Okay, because he's the one that's in charge of all things, man. Right, and he's the one, right, that is going to be the one to overcome and bring you out of every situation that matter, right? Because he's the one that put you there in the first place, man. Right, and he's the only one that's going to be able to get you out of that matter thereof, man. All right, come on, let's go to the book of Sirach. All right, Sirach, chapter 11, And this whole chapter is extremely mighty. All right, and I would exhort, right, all brothers, right, and sisters to read this chapter as well. Right, Sirach chapter 11, and I'm gonna start at verse number 12. It reads, again, there is one that is slow and have need of help. Right? Or so that there may be a men that are slow, huh? Rather they may have an element, huh? Right, or spirit that may have them to be they may not be able to process information, right? That is the same as others may be, man. Okay. Right? Or whether it may be a spirit of blind deafness, man. Okay. It reads, wanting ability and full of poverty. Yet the eye of the Lord looked upon him for good and set him up from his lower state, and lifted up his head from misery, so that many that saw it marveled at him, man. All right. Right. So the Most High, he can raise men up from anything, man. Okay. Don't think that the Lord is just chastisement, right? It's just judgment, man. No, understand that the Lord he's also a man of just balance, man. Okay. That the Most High that he's full of compassion. Okay. The Most High he's full of mercy. Okay. The Most High he's full of love, man. All right. It reads he lifted up his head from misery, huh? All right. Because as the Lord said in the book of Psalms, right? Let me get that real fast, man. Right, Psalms the 30th chapter. Right? Let me get that real fast. Link that up. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 30, and verse. Man, I'm gonna start at verse. I'm sorry, verse 2. It reads, O Lord my God, I cried unto thee, and thou hast healed me, man. Right? And how many times have you cried out unto the Most High, man? Okay? Right? Not talking about the Lord prayer, you kind of went in the corner, put your head down and say, oh, Lord, please forgive me, Lord, please help me, kind of mumbling and tripping over your words, man. No, man. No, I mean, like, have really cried out, man. I mean, tears, man. I mean, actually smote and smitten a pump on your chest, man. Right, crying out, beseeching the Most High. Right, begging. Right, yelling, man. Okay. It reads, O Lord, my God, I cry unto thee, and thou hast healed me, man. Right? Meaning what? Right? That the Lord, he's going to heal that man that's sincerely crying out, man. Right? That's sincerely begging, man, to be heard, man. Right? If you're whispering, right, you're mumbling, right, you're murmuring in your prayers, man. Right? Don't think that the Lord that he's just going to hear that and receive that, right, and find that as something that's acceptable, man. All right. And don't think, man, that it's a weak thing to cry, man. Right? Right, it's like even David said that, huh? Right? And it's like, I believe Psalms the 9th chapter. Right? It's the book of Psalm. Right, it's like it's the book of Psalm, chapter 9. And I'm gonna start at verse Salaki. Right, it's the book of Psalm, chapter 9. And Salaki. Lord willing, it'll Salaki. Lord willing, it'll come back to me. Right, come. Right, Salaki. But even David said, man, right? Right, that I've cried, Salaki, that I've cried tears upon my bed, huh? Right? So much that he can swim in it. Paraphrasing greatly. Right, Slocky. Psalm chapter 6 and verse number 6. Right, it reads, I am weary with my groaning. All the night make I my bed to swim. I water my couch with my tears. Mine eye is consumed because of grief. It waxeth old because of all mine enemies, man. Right? It's like 8, verse 8. It reads, depart from me, all ye workers of iniquity, for the Lord have heard the voice of my weeping. The Lord hath heard my supplication. The Lord will receive my prayer, man. Right? Come on. Hey, and that's David, man. Right? Hey, David through the spirit, man. Right? He said that, man. Hey, I water my couch, man. Right? That hey, I've cried so much, man, that I made a bed to just swim in, man. Right? And what? That the Lord, that he would hear the voice of the weeping, man. Right? And David, man, is one of, if not the top mightiest man in the scriptures, man. Okay. When you read about how Saul had killed his 1,000 and David his 10,000, man. Right? When you read about the mighty men of David and 2 Samuel, okay, right? When you read about all the conquest of David, man, right? Right, slaying the heathen, right? Set them in garrisons, man. Right, slaying Goliath since a young man and child, man. Right, so even one of the mightiest men, the mightiest, greatest, toughest warriors, man. Even he said, man, right, that I've cried my tears, man, that I wept. Right, how much more us as mortal men in the truth, man. Right, crying out, okay, weeping unto the Most High, man. Right, begging and beseeching for mercy, man. Right, begging and beseeching to have clean hands and clean feet, man, and have a clean mind in the truth, man, and to have a clean ear to hear the instruction and receive it thereof, man. Okay. Reading on. Right, back in Psalm chapter 30, verse number 2. O Lord my God, I cry unto thee, and thou hast healed me. O Lord, thou hast brought up my soul from the grave. Thou hast kept me alive, that I should not go down to the pit. Sing unto the Lord, O ye saints of his, and give thanks at the remembrance of his holiness. For anger endureth but a moment. In his favor is life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. And in my prosperity, I said, I shall never be moved, man. Right? So whatever you may be going through, man, whatever that may be keeping you out the faith, man, whatsoever may be keeping you right from out of this truth, or maybe holding you back from doing the works that you once did, or whether you made bad investments, or whether you didn't hearken to counsel, or wherever, whatever situation that the Most High has judged you or put you in, man, understand, man, that weeping or chastisement, that this thing is only for a season, right? But joy, right, that the Lord said, hey, that shall come in the morning, man. Right, the Most High that he will give you, right, joy and relief in time to come, in due season, man. Right? Hey, it's like, or as long as, man, you stay faithful unto him, man. Okay, as long as you stay true, right, to the path of righteousness, man. Right, and continue to serve him, and waver not from the left hand, right, to the right. Right, and in my prosperity, I said, I shall never be moved, man. Right, meaning what, man? Right, as the Lord raises you up, as the Lord exalts you, man. Right, you shall never be moved, man. Never be waved to or fro. All right, okay, so let's go back to that. So, all right, understand. All right, it's the book of Sirach, chapter 11, I'm sorry, I'm gonna read verse 13 again. It reads, and lifted up his head from misery, so that many that saw it marveled at him. Prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord, man. Right, right. So again, man, understand that all these things, right, they come from the Most High, man. Right, actually, look, let me get that. Jumping down to verse number 20. It reads, "Be steadfast in thy covenant, and be conversant therein, and wax old in thy work," man. Right, meaning what? To be rooted, man. To be grounded. Right, don't let nothing to wither you, man. Right, to shake you. Right, right, as the reed blown in the wind, man. Right, you got men that blow as the leaves, man. Right, they're in the truth 1 minute. Right, they're out there the so-called next, man. Right, they're around for a season. Right, then they fade away, man. Right, certain men that get hot 1 minute, right, and then the next you're cold, man. As a man that's lukewarm. Understand? Right, the Lord said to be steadfast, man. Right, meaning that you're one track minded, man. Right, which that mind is to get to the kingdom of heaven, man. Right, and all the things that pertain to that, right, which is doing the work, right, teaching, giving counsel, right, exhortation, right. You may be building up the nation, man. Right, whether you're building up churches or schools thereof, man. Right, or camps. All right, reading on. It reads, and be conversant therein, right? Meaning you're constantly in it, man. You're constantly abounding in the work of the Most High. Understand? And wax old in thy work, man. Right? Meaning that this is a thing that you should give it the go stand, man. Right? To stay firmly and planted and rooted in doing the works of our forefathers, man. Right, doing the works of the Lord. Right, verse number 21. It reads, marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord, and abide in thy labor, for it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich, man. Right, meaning easily, man, the Lord, man, you may have been strung out, you may have been homeless, man. Right, you may have thought that I don't know, this is it, right? Getting ready to get evicted, it's over, right? You're getting ready to lose it all and lose everything, huh? And just like that, man, the Lord, he can turn things around like that, huh? Right, at the so-called drop of a hat, as they say. Right, verse 22, the blessing of the Lord is in the reward of the godly, and suddenly he maketh his blessing to flourish. Say not what profit is there of my service, and what good thing should I have it hereafter, huh? Right, meaning what? Right, that you're doing things in sincerity, huh? Right, pure heart and pure intentions, right? Because you truly want to serve the Lord, huh? And you truly love him, huh? Right, and it's commandments, man. Okay, right. Now, like certain men that you're doing things for a reward or for admiration, right? Or for filthy lucre, right? For a gain, okay, right? To be applauded or to be received the men, right? Because you got certain men that you wasn't really nothing in the world, right? Straight up. Right, you wasn't the man, right? You wasn't the so-called cool guy, right? You kind of was the guy that was kind of, shunned away, man. Right, and certain men, they may see the views, they may see men teaching, man, and then they may come in right for to be seen as men, huh? Right, or you may do something, man, right, just to so-called get something out of the spirit, man. Okay, right? In which you can't move like that, right? It reads again, verse number 23, say not what profit is there of my service, and what good thing shall I have hereafter? Right? Meaning what? That we're not laboring or doing this work, man. Right? Just to receive some carnal reward, man, or benefit, man. Right? Or for anything, man. Right? Right, which is also what the scriptures say, man, that we are full for Christ's sake. Right, verse number 24, again say not, I have enough and possess many things, and what evil can come to me hereafter, man. Right, again, linking up with Proverbs, the 30th chapter, right? These so-called billionaires, man, right? Trillionaires, man, right? These so-called elites, right? These so-called top men of the world, man, right? They have it all, man, right? They have yachts, right? They have uh, remote islands, man, right? Where they can do God knows what, man. Okay, right? They have the power to make rules and regulations, man, and to get men quote unquote canceled and removed in thereof, man. Hey, these men, they say what? I have enough and possess many things, and what evil could come to me hereafter, man. Right, meaning that they're not wanted for nothing, man. Right, because they so called have it all. Right, but what? Verse 25. In the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction, and in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity, huh? Right? Hey, and that's many level, huh? Right? Right. Whether it's that so-called the so-called top rappers, so-called top athletes, man. Right? A certain men, right? They make it, man. Right? And they forget that the times of affliction, man. Right? They forget that the times when they only had a can of tuna fish in the house, right? And they had to stretch it and make that thing work for a week or two, right? And they may forget the times when they only had a pack of hot dogs, right? But it's foreigners in the crib, so so some is going to have to shake, right? And even on similar folk, man, right? The so-called average, the average person, man. Okay, right? In a day of affliction, right? There is no more remembrance of prosperity, man. Right? You got certain men, right? That when you're going through something, man, when you're going through hell, right? When you're going through tribulation, man, right? When you're going through some form of pain, man, right? Or when you're going through certain type of stressor, okay, right? That you forget all of the good things that the Lord has done for you, man. Right? You forget how the Lord has blessed you with a family, right? You forget how the Lord has blessed you with children, man. Right? You forget that the Lord may have blessed you with a congregation, right? Whether it's a brotherhood, a sisterhood, man. Right? You forget all the good things that the Most High has done for you. Right? But verse number 20, Slakia, number 26, it reads, for it is an easy thing unto the Lord in the day of death to reward a man according according to his ways, man. Right? Meaning what, man? Right? That at your last end, right? The Most he is going to bless you, man. Right? Tenfold, 70-fold, 100-fold. Okay? Right? Verse 27, the affliction of an hour maketh a man forget pleasure, and in his end his deeds shall be discovered, man. Right? Right? So don't let an hour or just this small time period of affliction, man, right, make you to forget the Most High, man. Right? Make you forgetful of all the works and the promises and blessings even that he has set up for you, man. Okay, right? Don't let this carnal flesh, man, right, weigh you down, right, to the point that you forget the Lord in your last end, man. All right, I'm gonna get a few more. I'm gonna wind down through the spirit. All right, let's go to the book of Psalms. Let's go to the book of Psalm, chapter 37, and at verse number 23. It reads, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his ways. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down. For the Lord upholdeth him, with his hand. Right? So though, man, right, they may fall 7 times, man, right, and get it back up again, as the Lord said in the book of Proverbs. Hey, I understand it. Hey, that's the Lord, man, that's helping you rise back up, man. Okay, right. Rather you may so-called trip and fall, right? You may feel like you may be slipping it, and it's truth, man. Right, gliding and sliding thereof, man. Right, the Most High, He's the one, right, to strengthen you, right, through His right arm and right hand, right, to pick you back up, man, right, and to make you steady thereof. Right, verse 25. I've been young and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. He is ever merciful and lendeth, and his seed is blessed, right? Right, and that's a sound counsel and wisdom from David, man. Right, he said that I've been young and now old, man, and I've never seen the Lord's seed begging bread, man. Okay, right? But you know what, man? All right, no matter if it seemed like it's the damn end of the world, right? No matter if it seemed like, man, it was like it was quote unquote nothing, man, that can fix this thing, man. Right? The Lord said, man, right, that I've not seen the righteous forsaken, right, nor his seed begging bread, and he is ever merciful and lendeth, and his seed is blessed, man. Right? Right, because the Lord, man, he's going to bless the godly, man. Right? And to bless and to uphold the righteous thereof. Okay? And to not let them fall asunder, right, and fall into the hands of Satan, man. All right, let's get the book real fast. A Psalm, chapter 116. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 116, and verse number 3. It reads, the sorrows of death compassed me, and the pains of hell got hold upon me. I found trouble and sorrow. Then I called upon the name of the Lord. O Lord, I beseech thee, deliver my soul. Gracious is the Lord and righteous, yea, our God is merciful. The Lord preserveth the simple. I was brought low, and he helped me, man. Right, so the Most he preserves the simple, man. Right, and the Lord, he also personifies us unto sheep, man. Right, proceeding to many verses, man. Right, such as Jeremiah, right, 50:6, right, Isaiah thereof, man. Right, the Lord, he personifies and classifies people as sheep, man. Right, and if you dealt with sheep, right, especially right for the Passover, right, you deal with sheep, you deal with lambs, man, right? Because Yahushua, he was taken as a lamb, right to the slaughter, man. Right, a sheep and lambs, man, are very as brother said, they're very naive, rather, man. Right, and extremely trusting, man. Right, they are a simple people, right? Because our people are led astray, man. Right, as sheep, right, where we move and go to and fro, man. That's a simple animal, man. Right, or simple people, man. Right, which is why we need a shepherd, right? And our shepherd it is Yahushua, man. Right, which leads us and guides us, right? Right, right, with the staff, man. Right, it reads. I'm gonna read that again. It reads, "Slack the Lord preserveth the simple. I was brought low, right, and He helped me, man. Right, see, as men or as a people rather, right, that are as sheep, that are as simple, man. Right, you may have things that may distract you, man. Okay, things that may take you out of the spirit, man. Right, things that may guide you off the path, man. Right, but right through you having remembrance of your maker, right, through you having remembrance of your creator, man. Right, understanding that he's there to guide you, right, he's there to lift you, man. Right, the Lord, he is going to be the one to bring you out of the so-called ditches, man. Right, to bring you out of the traps and snares, man, that are set up by these nations, man, and the spiritual demon Satan, man. Okay, right. So like I'm gonna get one more on that too, real fast. Right, Psalm chapter 113 and verse number 5. It reads, "Who is like unto the Lord our God, who dwelleth on high, who humbleth himself to behold the things that are in heaven and in the earth. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust, and lifteth the needy out of the dunghill, that he may set him with princes, even with the princes, even with the princes of his people," man. All right. Right. So the Lord, he brings you out of that lower state, man. Right. Brings you out of the dunghill, man. Right. Brings you out of the dust, man. Right. The ashes. Okay. The bottom, the pits, man. Right. Cleans you. Right. Or wash you. Right. Purifies you with the water. Anoints you with the oil, man. Right. Right. Has the blood to cover you, man. Right. As an acceptable sacrifice, man. Right. Spiritually, man. Right. And Slocket and set you up with the princes, man. Okay. Right. It reads, "He raises them up. He raises up the poor out of the dust, and lifted the needy out of the dunghill, that he may set them with princes, even Slocket, even with the princes of his people, man." Right. Meaning that the Lord will exalt you with kings, man. Right. To sit with kings, to sit with rulers, man. Right. To sit with elders, man. Okay, right, and the acceptable men in these days, man. All right, hey, as long as you right continue to cleave into him, man. As long as you truly, man, right, have a sound mind, a sound heart, man, right, to trust in the Most High, man, and to lean on him, and to not forsake him, man. Okay, right. I'm gonna get this last precept. All right, I'm gonna close out. All right. Let's go to the book. Slocky. All right, let's go to the song of the three holy children, right? Also known, right, as the prayer of Azariah in the book of Daniel. Right? It's the book of it's the song of the three holy children, chapter 1 and verse. I'm gonna start at verse number 16. "Nevertheless, in a contrite heart and an humble spirit, let us be accepted. like as in the burnt offerings of rams and bullocks, and like as in 10,000s of fat lambs, so let our sacrifice be in thy sight this day, and grant that we may wholly go after thee. For they shall not be confounded that put their trust, that put their trust in thee. And now we follow thee with all our heart. We fear thee and seek thy face, man. Right, come, man. So no man that has ever trusted in the Lord, man, has ever been ashamed nor confounded. Right, you can read that right in Psalm on the 22nd chapter, in the 5th verse on down. Right, also the latter end. Right, we read Sirach, right, the 2nd chapter, right, and verse 10 on down, man. Right, there's never been an account of any of our people, man, trusting in the Most High, man. Right, and they were ashamed, confounded, man. All right, they were jammed up or overthrown, man. Okay, right. All of our forefathers, man, that trusted in the Lord, man. Right, right. We're blessed, man. Right, we're protected and saved. All right, so kind of with that, brother, ties on goodbye, y'all. Come back at your precepts, and yet another cold cut. Giving a course all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashim Mashak. Welcome, like I was shy. Kind of Lord willing, this lesson was extremely edifying. Kind of so with that, if you're in the Baltimore area, if you're in the DMV, the DC, Maryland, Virginia, by all means, come on to the Baltimore Harbor, right for camp. All right, come out, right, be out there 5:30, Lord willing. So with that, again, want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashim Mashak. Welcome, like I was shy. Hope this lesson was again extremely edifying. Kwame Shalom. All praise the Most.